They said, this is one of like the great philosophers, is to observe without judgment is one of the highest forms of intelligence. And there's a difference between observation and perception. Okay, so when I observe something, I'm seeing it for what it is. I'm not telling myself some kind of story, but once it gets filtered through my lens, through my eyes and experience, I all of a sudden attach meaning to it. So for example, if somebody were to cut you off on the freeway, you might tell yourself a story because we want to have meaning, because it feels very unstable and chaotic in our world if something happens and we don't understand why. So we make up all kinds of stories, and most of those stories don't actually help us. So the story that we tell ourselves is, you know what? That person's a jerk. They're so inconsiderate. They didn't see me. Actually, they're doing this to spite me because they think I'm not a person worth paying attention to.
Yeah.
And that's one story. A different story could be, this person is stressed out. They're about to lose their job, and their kid got sick this morning, and they're a single parent, and they had to take care of them before they went to work, and so they're late. That's a different story. Yeah. But the observation is a car just moved in front of me.
Absolutely.
So all these stories that we tell ourselves, unfortunately, because of our conditioning, our upbringing, who our parents are, the kinds of stories they told us to try to protect us from the world, started to make us fearful of other people. Think about that expression, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, because strangers are going to take something from you. So now we already have a built-in a prejudice against people to say that they're going to take from us, that they're up to no good. And that didn't come from anything. So that's why we have fear of people who don't look like us, who don't sound like us, because we were told not to trust those kinds of people.
Yeah.
And so this is creating division and animosity between people that shouldn't even have that. So the belief, the word lies in the word belief. It's just like, I think we just need to learn to be better, neutral and objective observers of what happens, to work on that first. Yeah. And from that, then you can tell yourself whatever kind of story that you want, but to be able to see things clearly for what they are versus what you want them to be.